Hey Cancer, how are you doing? This reading is for Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs. Keep in mind, this is a general read. Take what resonates and leave the rest behind. What is going on with the fabulous and most magical Cancerians? What do you need to know? What do you need to see for your highest good? Present time, the Page of Pentacles, Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo energy. What's coming towards you? The Queen of Wands, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius energy. What you're focused on is the Six of Swords, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius energy. In your blocked and challenged position is the Hierophant, Major Arcana for Taurus, and your outcome is the Five of Wands, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius energy. Okay, Cancer, let's clarify this and find out what is going on. Present time, you have the Page of Pentacles, and the Page of Pentacles could be, yes, student. That could also be a child. So there is something about a teacher and a child connection here. Maybe your kid is struggling in school and they are fighting the system, or maybe they feel bullied in some kind of system. This could be an after-school program. This is also an element of developing something new. So this could be a new area of study or doing something different in your routine to get a different result. It means your soul is longing and desiring for more in life. So what are you going to do? Queen of Wands, you're going to Queen Assess it. Queen of Wands is about, sexuality, sensuality, your solar plexus, and asserting oneself. This could also be a certification. Maybe there is something that you need here in some kind of schooling or study here. And that's about you taking that bold, brave action. Queen of Wands, again, doesn't give a flying flip-flop to the flip when anyone thinks that he or she, they just take action. So making some kind of bold move. Page of Pentacles can also be, study, research, a topic, something that feels good to you. And this says studiousness, responsible, cheerful, and mischievous. Happy news about your career, promotion, or scholarship. Well thought out plans that go perfectly, needing a little bit more of a push to get going. So here, Cancer, you have the green light to get going, and this is my nice little push of like, show your sass, show your swagger, own it. So with this Page of Pentacles, it's like, okay, so you want to take piano lessons. Okay, well, sign up for the piano lessons. You got to go to the Hierophant. It's in the blocked and challenged position. Okay, or you got to go talk to the teacher. The kid's fighting with the teacher. The after-school programs. Maybe you got to get your kid in an after-school program. So Six of Swords is also about releasing and letting go of possibly the rules. So you're doing things in order, but there's some kind of like rules, strict rules. What is this Page of Pentacles? And the Lovers. Major Arcana for Gemini. Well, the Lovers is about change in heart, change in direction, change in commitment. This can also be something about finances. So this could be good news coming towards you regarding some kind of new opportunity, yet in your focus is plane, train, automobile. So there could be something about like relocation and or move for this opportunity. And it says, make choices from the heart, deeply emotional commitment, the power of love. So this could be, yes, a love for a child, but authenticity, truthful, and honesty. And expressing some kind of truth, or there's some kind of strong pull that you can feel of like doing something that really lights you up. Queen of Wands is also somebody who motivates or inspires you, or you motivate and inspiring other people. Now, this could be motivating and inspiring your child to be like, yeah, you know what? You got this. So what is this Queen of Wands? Brilliant, loyal, talented, and friendly. Believe in yourself. Wonderful people want to help you maintain balance between work and home life. And the Eight of Cups. Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio energy. Well, the Eight of Cups is always releasing and letting go of something that you used to have a ton of passion for. Maybe you used to have a ton of passion for working in a big company, or maybe you had a ton of passion of after school programs. And maybe you're like, yeah, you know what? I'm not feeling it anymore. I want to go to a different, after school program. I want to invest in the SPCA. That is my passion now. And we can change at any given time. So there's something about like the Eight of Cups is about emotionally purging and walking away in pursuit of something that you want more, that Ninth Cup. There is something better waiting for you. Do what you know is right for you, a spiritual quest. But that can also be about really proceeding towards spirituality. And maybe your family's all religious, right? And they could be poo-pooing you. And so it's kind of like you're keeping something quiet here. Because yeah, there's confrontation here. Conflicting feelings in your outcome. Eight of Cups can also be something about needing a release and escapism. And escapism is good. It means doing something, escaping some kind of situation just for now. This could be work. Maybe you have strict rules of you only get vacation these days and you're like, oh, I just feel so crammed in. So Six of Swords, and it says positive changes are on their way. A welcome relief away from troubled times, travel or relocation. So this could be like doing your research, studying and researching of like, what would make me so happy? What place would make me so happy to live? So what is the Six of Swords? Six of Swords is also a friend. So this could be you having a conversation with a friend or just going to visit. And the Ten of Pentacles, Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo energy. Well, you also had the Four of Pentacles that popped out. The Four of Pentacles is the miserly card. It's somebody who is the need for greed, very possession, control, or a situation that is making you feel suffocated and you are in a small pond. Yeah. Now, when you're a big fish here, it's like the roots are sprouting and you don't know where to go. You have nowhere to go but to blossom out. So there's something about like, you have a lot of knowledge and wisdom under your belt. You can already do this thing that you want to do. And it's like, you need to birth this now. It's time to birth this. So think about when the push. So there is this Ten of Pentacles, the push to relocate in some kind of commitment connection. But this can also be relocation to your end all be all goal, relocation to retirement, relocation and or into some kind of new community. This can also be releasing and letting go of some kind of commitment. Maybe it was solid, stable, a good community at the time, but there's something here about the change in heart. Somebody here has a change in mind, a change in direction. You know, you could live somewhere and be like, yeah, I love living here, but then you outgrow the situation and then you kind of feel like pond water. It's stagnant. So this says there is so much to be grateful for. Financial success and the promise of retirement, a rich and rewarding family life. Maybe there is something about like you have been doing things very traditionally, especially with the Hierophant in the blocked and challenged position. This is about following the hierarchy, following what you're supposed to be doing, following of like, yeah, following in your family footsteps. Maybe your family needs you to be, you know, whatever your family needs you to be. But this could also be a need for you. You feel a little bit suffocated or smothered in some kind of old pattern. But when I get the Hierophant in the blocked and challenged position, this is rigidity, rigid beliefs, stubbornness, abuse of one's power and control. So somebody here abuses one's power and control in some kind of federal government. That can also be something about abuse of power in, you know, an after school program, or it could be anything here. So we're going to look at this, and it says, do the right thing for the right reason, compared to traditions versus new approach to something that makes that versus new approaches to see what works for you, right? This is about taking a look at what works for you and what doesn't. a spiritually minded community. There's something about like, I'm also getting something about sound. Maybe a place that you live in is too noisy. There's something about sound. So what is this Hierophant? And it's clarified with the Hierophant. So Hierophant and Hierophant. The search for meaning in life. But in the blocked and challenged position, something here is stagnant. Consider an alternative approach. Consider an alternative approach. Surrender yourself with wise teaching or friends. I'm also getting something about maybe a mentor or a teacher. Something about bad advice, or a person here, like I said, could be very commitment orientated, wants to be in commitment, relationships and family matters, but it's not everything. Queen of Wands with the Eight of Cups of what's coming towards you is something that like a loss of passion and a loss of a desire. And I understand that because I obviously, you know, work with the union, right? So then I get my pension and all this crap. It keeps you stuck in the system. You want to get out of the system. Systems, structures, rules, too many rules. Queen of Wands, again, is starting to get her mojo back, or he or she. Five of Wands is your outcome. Well, this could be deep-rooted insecurities about what other people think that you're doing and where you're going and growing. Maybe you want to be a musician and your family's like, around here, we need pieces of paper. So this means like you need to get a bachelor's, you need to get a master's. No, you don't. That's old thinking, old. I'm also getting somewhere you're moving could be like somewhere old, but it's fabulous. So like Italy, or like it's old. And this is opposing goals arise from different opinions, feeling at odds with yourself or others. So feeling at odds with yourself and or others. And then it says an overly ambitious person. So you're feeling at odds. Well, yeah, because something here is very controlling, stubborn. A controlled system is keeping you suffocated. And that's why you're feeling this Eight of Cups where it's like, I just want to run away. I just want to escape. Yeah, maybe you're escaping the system. What is this Five of Wands? And the Ten of Swords. Look at this here, Cancer. It's like, take a bow. This is a dead end. This is an impasse. Don't fight for this. This is also releasing and letting go of any kind of deep-rooted insecurities. Getting your swagger back, getting your, your sass. And this says, a situation has ended and you are finally free. New opportunities for happiness will now follow. Put the past behind you. Put the past behind you. So Page of Pentacles can also be a situation where this person is a breadcrumber, right? So this person is a sandwich short of a picnic. They don't have much to offer you, so move on, right? Page of Pentacles also grows into the King of Pentacles, so don't underestimate your abilities or capabilities. And the Eight of Pentacles, there's something here that's shifting in your work or who you work with. And like I said, maybe you are a teacher and you're like, you know what? It's just not me anymore. And that's okay. You're allowed to be okay with that. Eight of Pentacles is also about, some kind of goal you have in mind, or some kind of work. Manifesting new opportunities. And there's some kind of like strong pull towards a different direction. But this could also be a different community. Like-minded people. Like attracts like. Take great pride in your excellent work. Practice makes perfect, especially with the Page of Pentacles. So if you don't know anything about guitar lessons, you're not going to be a professional overnight. Same thing with me when I started reading tarot. I didn't know what the hell I was doing. I didn't even know if I could bring it in my house. Like, I had no idea. I thought maybe it was, you know, had spells and magic on it. Like, I didn't know, right? That's why the Page of Pentacles is here, is because you don't know. You're fresh learning about something, but you're curious. Consider getting additional education or training. So let's just say, for example, maybe you do want to run a company, or maybe you do want to buy a restaurant. Okay, so what kind of skills do you need to run a restaurant? Maybe you've worked at a restaurant, maybe you've served at a restaurant, but what would you need to know about owning one? So this is something that you're looking a little bit deeper at. Additional training. What is this Queen of Wands and the Eight of Cups? Believe in yourself. Feeling at odds with yourself or others. So this is about competition. Well, yeah, there's going to be competition everywhere. Oh, I'm not starting that. There's too much competition. I'm not starting a YouTube channel. There's people are already surpassing me. You know what? 5 years is going to pass anyways, so you might as well just get started on something that you actually love to do. Maybe you want to make dog videos, right? Maybe you work for the SPCA, or maybe, you know, you've been working down at the soup kitchen and, you know, you're just like, yeah, I'm not feeling that anymore. I want to do the SPCA, right? Dogs, right? You can tell I love dogs. And the Hangman, Major Arcana 4, Pisces. Well, the Hangman is about a new way of thinking and a new way of understanding a circumstance or a situation, on what is holding you back from taking that bold, brave move or that action. There's a better way. Pause for a reflection and insight. Dare to be different. Well, what are my friends going to think about me? What if they think I'm stupid for being a guitar player? Who cares? What people think of you is irrelevant. What you think of you matters. What you think of you and what you do in your daily life matters, but what other people think of you does not matter. Oh, my grandma says I have to make bread. You're going to buy bread. And maybe you've been sneaking around and buying bread the whole time. But this is also a need to release and let go and sacrifice of what you are no longer passionate about. This is, passion has died. Queen of Wands, passion has died. Eight of Cups. Eight of Cups is emotionally detaching and letting go. Don't resist this. Resist and let go. This is also let yourself go. You got to let go a little bit. Everything in life is going to be a gamble. And, you know, I thought about this morning. Every single choice you make is a gamble. And you're like, well, how so? Well, if I paint my wall pink, it's going to be a gamble, right, of the color. But if I take a gamble of painting it, you know, a darker color, you know, what would be better suited? Also, same thing with buying anything. Okay, well, it's going to be a gamble of buying a business, but you're going to roll the dice, see what happens. It's also going to be a gamble if you stay where you are and you hate your job. Well, that's not going to be a very fun life. So what is this? Yeah, tradition is important, family is important, but sometimes you need to do things on your own. There's something here that you want to experience. And the Four of Wands. So you aren't only relocating and or moving, but you're moving into a new community. This is also about home. So there could be something about a deed to the land, especially with the Hierophant and the blocked and challenged position. The Hierophant is about no to republic. Maybe you have to get some kind of pass of some sort. So you're waiting for some kind of pass. And this could be possibly some kind of deed. Trying to get some kind of inspection pass. Well, you got to wait. I wonder why there's this reflection. And then it says, time for a celebration. Abundant rewards from hard work. Release yourself from burdensome situations. Freedom. Let go, let go, let go. It's telling you to let go. And you're going to love it. And it's going to be uncomfortable because you're doing something new. This is let go of a commitment, a relationship, a job situation. You could be retiring. You could be relocating and moving, downsizing. Show me what this Hierophant is. Rigidity. This is too rigid of a system. It almost feels like you feel suffocated. Okay. Because Five of Wands is stop fighting yourself. Also, stop fighting this ending. Let it go. And the Four of Pentacles coming back out. Four of Pentacles is stingy. This is also something about withdraw, withdraw, withdraw. The search for meaning in life. So you are in pursuit of searching for something more fulfilling, rewarding, relationship, whatever this is. And the Hierophant says, surround yourself with a wise teacher or a friend. Well, you could also be going to relocate, living with a friend for a couple months and seeing how this friend lives, or even going to their house. And you're just like, wow, this is like so amazing. Like, look how bright this place is. This is amazing. This community is amazing. I just feel alive here. So, you know, maybe you're buying a plane ticket and going to see a friend. And this, it says, when you give, you also receive. Being resistant to change. Extremes in how you save or spend your money. So here, this is also about hoarding. So stingy, hoarding, possession, control. Could be somebody around you, especially with the Four of Pentacles, possession. I got to control this situation or dynamic. So the more that you think that you're in control of a dynamic, the more out of control you actually are. And with the Four of Pentacles, it is a very withdrawn energy. So somebody here only gives you the time of day when they feel like giving you the time of day. How is that working for you? It is also somebody who is very selfish, very greedy, and stingy. So frugality keeps you, again, small because you're afraid to take some kind of risk. Being resistant to change, especially with also this Hangman. Stubborn, 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 stubborn. There's so much stubborn energy, either on your part here, Cancer, or another person's. So Five of Wands and the Ten of Swords. It's like feeling insecure or fighting for a dead end. You're fighting for a dead end. So just take a bow. And the Magician. Any ending brings in a brand new beginning. With the Magician, it's about you having all the tools, all the elements to manifest whatever the frick you want. You've also manifested this new beginning. So take that action, especially with the Page of Pentacles. Page of Pentacles is a manifester, manifesting a new seed here. You can manifest the life you want. What you need will magically appear. Successful beginning. It's about simplicity, alchemizing and neutralizing and simplifying things in your life. Anything complex must go, including situations, people, rigid people, controlling people. You got to get away from it. Run wild. Oh, Cancer. Let your inner wild child run forth. Run wild. There's something also about like stop walking and start running. And if you have some kind of thought that comes to your mind, instead of like marinating in it and thinking about the money and being all, you know, because Four of Pentacles is somebody who is a hoarder, like hoarding or holding on to old items. These old items are stagnating your growth. It's my constipation card. So somebody here very constipated. There needs to be more flow. On all of these cards, there's no water. There's no water on here. Cancer, you're a water sign. So somebody here is not going with the flow. get lost, fall deep into the realms of imagination. So this is about falling into the realms of imagination of what is possible. This is allowing yourself to think outside the box, thinking outside of the box of structure. Reviewing structure is okay, yeah. Nope, we always have dinner at mom's house on Sunday. Well, maybe you need to break the routine. Maybe it's boring for you. You can do the hard things. That's the scary thing. The hard things is a risk, but big risk, big rewards. You can do the hard things. It is not as impossible as it may feel. It's not as impossible as it may feel. You can do the hard things. Let your inner wild child run forth. Run wild. This is going to make you feel alive. I feel like you have been keeping yourself small or being small in some kind of community because you don't want to follow the line. This is only the thing that you have been shown your whole life. So maybe this is something you've been shown your whole life. Maybe you've only worked in one career path. You're going to feel alive. Maybe you're going to work from home now. Healthy choices, cleaning up your act, taking care of yourself, choosing better partnerships, choosing better partners. Maybe you're like, hey babe, let's go on this trip. No, that costs way too much money. Yeah, you have $400,000 sitting in the bank and you can't go on a $1,000 vacation. That is being frugal to the frugality. Jealousy, not being respectful, unfair accusations, and wandering eyes. So even if you're sitting there or somebody around you isn't allowing you to run wild, you're having cabin fever. You're having cabin fever and you're like, I just got to get out. I just need to breathe. You know, this person, it's a very rigid and controlling system. There also could be somebody around you very controlling. Capricorn energy is father. So Four of Pentacles is father, which is somebody who wants to keep you small so you can't get away. There's no escape for you. You can't be bigger than me here, Cancer. Oh, yes, I can. Watch me run wild. Especially with the Magician. You have all the tools, all the elements to manifest whatever the frick you want. It means you already have it. Heart in a knots. Unsure about partnership. Emotionally confused and mixed signals. If you give me mixed signals or I don't know where I stand with you, I go do something else. That's about this cleaning up your act and taking better care of your own self and choosing better partners. I choose better people. And this is about the not settling. 8 of Cups is like, stop settling for just sexy time or somebody who's attractive. Start settling or start walking towards something that's more rewarding. Forbidden, clandestine affair, family disapproves, and secret pleasures. Again, this is going back to your family here. Your ruts, as I like to call them, the roots. So maybe you are the first entrepreneur in your life and your family's like, nope, you got to get a degree. Only having that degree, Cancer, is what's going to make you, a man or a woman. You might just have to be quiet around these people. Goldfish, increase in material wealth and spiritual growth. So material wealth, spiritual growth, something here. You're leaning into more spirituality or like-minded people. Lion, time to act. Lions are about confidence, boldness, having that confidence in your skin. Woman, dealings or relationship with a woman. Diamond, you'll be receiving or giving a precious gift. Somebody's giving you an opportunity. It also could be like, when you relocate or move into this community, this is where you meet your partnership. This is where you meet the love of your life. This is where you're going to say, I'm taking a bow and I'm out of here. All right. Butterfly, a change for the better. And chair empty, somebody is leaving your life. Yeah, well, stage 5 clinger, or somebody who is doesn't want to see you develop or grow, right? Why do people do that? Anyways, Cancer, leave me a comment down below. Let me know how this resonates with you. Like, share, subscribe. And if you want to book a private reading with me, you can also do so in the description box below. Click on the link. It will take you to the website. You can check out the options there. Take care, my friends. Bye-bye.